Yo, it's your boy Hybrid here, back with another video, man. Tell me why I just recorded this whole thing and my mic was muted. So we love that. But anyways, we're gonna keep the show rolling. We're gonna keep going with it. Today's video we're gonna be talking about my build for update 46. It is a warden base subclass with Templar. And with that being said, let's jump into it, right? All right, starting off with our consumables. We are running, of course, Orzaga Smoke Bear Haunch. If you remember from my previous videos, I'll link it up in the top. Best consumables, hands down. I said Orzaga Smoke Bear Haunch. Not only is it giving me max health, it's giving me health recovery, which is trash. It's giving me stamina and magic recovery for 369. Okay, perfect. Give me my health I need, and give me my sustain. We are running tripods for health, stam, and magicka. You can either run these ones that are from these are not the crown store, these are from PvP. Because if you didn't know, PvP in Cyrodiil or even in Imperial City, you can now buy tripods. You can run these, or you can continue to run the ones we've always made, which last longer. Totally up to you. We are also going to be running immovability pots, but I tend to put stealth detection on mines because I know when people go stealth, I'm probably going to get stunned when they come out. So let me go ahead and knock out two birds with one stone. Let's jump into the gear. All right, front bar, we are going to run Hrothgar's Maul Sharpened. We're running this set because we're going to get maximum health, extra armor, extra penetration, and when I stun or immobilize the enemy, they're going to burst. They're going to feel a burst of frost damage, applying shield status effect and dealing 13% of their total physical and spell resistance. Now, if you don't know, this means that enemies that have higher physical and spell resistance are going to really, really hurt from this. They're going to feel it a lot more than if someone was rocking 20,000 health or 20,000 resistances. But again, we are really riding the frost damage here, so this is why we opted for that. Our back bar is Essence Thief. I love Essence Thief. I think every build I pretty much run has Essence Thief. It gives me max stam, weapon damage, and spell damage. And when you deal a light attack or a heavy attack, you're going to spawn a little green pool that when you go and step over, you're going to get health and you're going to get stamina restored. But on top of that, you're also going to get a flat increase of 10% damage done. This can be up 100% of the time as it lasts for 10 seconds, and the cooldown of it being created is also 10 seconds. So just get into the habit of every 10 seconds, all right, I got a light attack on my back bar. And a lot of times you'll see I forget to do that. But it's still a set I'm not willing to give up. Poisons, again, like I said before, I'm not too big in poisons. I kind of just put on whatever I have in the inventory and just throw it on and call it a day. Next, our monster set is going to be Balorgs. We all love Balorgs. They give you spell damage, and when you cast an ultimate, depending on how much that ultimate costs or how much you saved up, is going to gain you weapon damage and spell damage and also increase your physical and spell penetration equal to that amount. Okay. If you don't want to run Balorg, another option would be Bloodspawn. We're going to be running a one-piece trainee because we're running two 5-piece sets, one on the front bar, one on the back bar, and we're going to have an empty slot, so why not get a reward from it running trainee. And again, we're going to be running a tri-stack lift on everything. We're going to be running Balorgs, of course, to complete the set. Essence Thief, Hrothgar. We are in 4 heavy, 3 medium. We're not really running any light because there's not a set that I can put in here for light. I mean, I could possibly drop trainee and move it to maybe like a legs or something, and then move Hrothgar around. Just move sets around to get a one-piece light. That's something I'll definitely test to see if that's something I'm interested in doing because I know you get a lot of penetration for light, so we may look into that. We're going to be running 3 infused jewelry of all weapon and spell damage, and we're going to be running the new mythic, Monomyth Reforged. While in combat and on your primary weapon, you gain major force, minor berserk, and minor vulnerability. Now, we're not super big on crit with this build. Okay, our crit is not that high, but I'm taking advantage of that minor berserk and that minor vulnerability. Now, Warden can get both of those buffs, but it's required to try to use 2 different skills. And why would I sacrifice 2 skill spots instead of just running this mythic? But also on my back bar, I'm gaining major protection, minor vitality, and minor timidity. So again, minor vitality, we have a skill on our bar that's going to give us major vitality, so we're stacking it. Okay, we already got a skill that gives us major berserk, so why not stack it with minor berserk? We're just stacking in majors and minors with this build. Jumping to the character sheet, we are going to be running 15 into health, 49 into stam. I like to be around 33-ish K health. And as long as I'm over 20K stamina, I'm cool. But I just wanted to push it a little bit further because we are in a new patch with a lot of damage. And I feel like I wanted to make sure I have enough to block and I have enough to dodge roll, which is why we also went with the Serpent Mundus Stone. Increased stamina recovery. We are Imperial for the extra health, stam, and reduced cost on skills. We're running in Smoke Bear Haunts, like we said. And typically I am stage 4 vamp, but at the time of recording this video, it has dropped down to stage 3. I prefer stage 4 because the movement of going invisibility is nice and the extra damage mitigation is nice. But again, we have so much recovery to combat the ability cost that we're going to get from being in stage 4. On our skills, on our back bar, we have Healing Soul. We're running the Burst Heal, the Warden Charm, and Major Vitality, increasing our healing received. Yeah. So remember, we're already stacking it with Minor from Monomyth. Deceptive Predator. This used to always be Bird of Prey on the front bar, but because of the Mythic, we can now go with the other morph, which is going to give us Minor Evasion, which is reducing the damage from our area attack. So such as Dawnbreakers, Deep Fissures, you got things like your Dragon Leaps. Anything that does AoE damage, we are going to get a damage reduction on it. And we're getting our Major Expedition for our movement speed, because speed is very important. Vigor, we all know what Vigor does. Number 1, probably heal over time, and we're getting Minor Resolve and Physical Resolve. We've got Blue Betty. I chose to go with the blue one because on my front bar, I'm running the Templar one, which is the Stam one. So I got 2 forms of abilities that are boosting my sustain. Again, for me, sustain is very, very important. And this gives me my Major Brutality. And it's also a free cleanse and increases my damage done if it doesn't cleanse anything. Here we have the big cleanse. This is mainly here, not for the cleanse per se. I will use it for that, but the main purpose here is for the extra heals. When we were playing last patch as a warden, we had access to vines, we had access to lotus, and we had the minor mending and everything else from those passes. Well, we don't have that anymore, so I had to find another way to get another heal over time, and I decided to go with the Templar. We're running Northern Storm because we get major protection from it, and it also increases our damage whenever I cast it, and it's more frost damage. Again, remember I said we were stacking frost damage, and we have to keep it on our bar to get access to the Icy Aura passive. Major Maim is super strong right now, and I had to have a Winter Embrace ability slotted. Okay. On the front bar, we are running Dawnbreaker Smiting as the alt. This is our big boy, our big AoE burst damage. Does burst damage up front, a dot, and it stuns. The trifecta. What can I say? Got the Executioner, which is our finisher or our execute. When they're at 50% health, start spamming this. Again, the range on this can sometimes be broken, where you're hitting people that are probably 10, 15 yards away from you. I ain't going to complain when it happens, only when it happens to me. We're going to be running Deep Fissure, which is the Magic of Morph. This is our burst here. The first burst does a little bit less damage, and that second one is where most of the damage comes from. But we're also going to be getting our Major and Minor Breach, which is reducing our opponent's physical and spell resistance. Arctic Blast. We ran Arctic Blast because, again, we want that frost damage, and we need a semi-consistent stun. And this is the closest I could get for the build I'm running with. And it's also giving us access to the chilled status effect, which is the main. Here is the Restoring Focus that I said. This is also our armor buff, and this is a slight heal over time, but mainly I use it here for the armor and the extra stam recovery that I'm getting from it. It may not show up on the tool sheet, but trust me, I feel like I very rarely run out of resources on this build. And we are going to be running Wrecking Blow. We went with this one because we already get Minor Berserk, so why not go ahead and go get Major Berserk? So when everything lines up, it's going to smack. But again, we had to run the Arctic to get the stun back. We were not running Dizzy. When it comes to the passives that are important, Light Weaver is a new one. Activating an ability with a cast or channel time in combat causes you to automatically block all attacks at no cost for 2 seconds once every 15. We are a Dizzy Swing build. So the fact that this is going to activate when I'm using Dizzy Swing, it's a sign me up every time. I'm taking it. Let's roll with it. Animal Companions, we've got what is it? Where is it at? Advanced species. We're getting increased damage for animal companion ability slotted. Mind you, we're only getting one. Now I could opt to move the predator up front, but then I'm losing access to the minor evasion on my back bar. So it's touchy. I could put Betty up front, but I like it on the back. It's just I've been playing it like that forever. We are stage 4 vamp, like we said. As for champion points, blue tree, we are running master at arms, which is going to be our only damage CP on this build. I feel like I stacked enough damage, and I wanted to stack a lot more defense in the CP. So we did. This is our one offensive. For defense, we went ironclad, resilience, and duelist rebuff. We went resilience because we're not running rallying cry. We couldn't fit it on here. We didn't want to run it. So resilience is going to take the place of our rallying cry. On our red tree, we are running celerity because I love speed. Speed is the number one defense. If you can't get hit, you're not taking damage, besides if they put a dot on you or something. We went survival instinct because a lot of people are running status effect builds now. They're mixing things with like crow and DK. So there's a lot of dots and there's a lot of debuffs going around right now. So this is why I opted for that. Pain's Refuge. This one is this is my flex spot because I am running 2 forms of cleanses. I don't know how much of a benefit I'm receiving from this one. It's still in testing, but if I was to change it, I'm taking the one from where the same place Celerity's at. It's called Refreshing Stride. So I sprint a lot. Like I am constantly sprinting. So the fact that I can get 500 magic recovery from sprinting, a lot of my defense of healing abilities are all mag. A lot of my burst is mag. So why not benefit if I'm going to be sprinting all the time? Give me that mag recovery. Health recovery is nice, but again, we're already stage 4 vamp, so we're really not seeing that. And lastly, we're running sustained by suffering, which is just, again, more recovery. We're outnumbered 90% of the time we play this game. So why not boost as much recovery as I could possibly get? And I think that is about it. I mean, this build's been working fine for me. I'll leave links to a couple of clips or shorts of this build in action. And yeah, try it yourself. Let me know what you guys think about it. If it works for you, if it doesn't, if you want to bounce ideas, you know where to find me down in the comment section. And with that being said, your boy Hybrid will catch you on the next one. Peace.